What it do, what is up, my B-Boss Baddies and my Batman fellas? It is your girl Bosana and welcome, BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today we're going to be talking about hidden signs that she wants validation. Now, there is some signs out there that I feel like a lot of you guys will not even understand and know. And I'm just grabbing my gloss because I feel like my lips are already getting dry. I know my lips get dry, but y'all have to understand when you give advice and you just talk the whole entire video, it gets out of hand. And also I wanted to say that sometimes it can cause some, like white marks or flakes on your lips. So good days and bad days. So anyways, hidden signs that she wants validation. So like I was saying, it's hard to tell nowadays, but you'll be surprised by the things that I say. And so check out everything down below. Make sure you click the link and subscribe to my new YouTube channel. I won't even say new anymore, but check out that new YouTube channel still. I'll say it today. And check out the other channel that I have. That being said, check out my social media and let's go ahead and get started. We start from 3, go down to 1. So that means what? You gotta watch until the end to get the number 1 thing on my list. So number 3 on my list is the way she carries herself, flat out looking for attention. Listen, do I have to go back? I'll go back real quick. Validation is pretty much you as a man going ahead and saying, oh, you do look good. So take it like this. Validation is confirming something that woman already knows. That's all it is. She already feels like she looks good. She already thinks or all these things. But at the end of the day, and this is the crazier part, is that even if she didn't feel that way, the validation still is going to be beneficial to her. So at the end of the day, all it is for you men is going ahead and telling her she looks like this, looking good. It's all about confirming. Go ahead and saying, yes, girl, you do look beautiful. You do look good. You should feel like you do. You should act like you do. And that's the part where it messes you guys up, because you guys are confirming, going ahead and saying that this is approval. You're okay with women acting like this. That's why I tell you guys since time, you can't act like this, because maybe women have to switch up what they're doing, but y'all men have to switch up what you're doing, because you guys can put an end. Not to every man, because, that's going to be difficult, but for your own sake of what you go through with that woman. So now I want to really, really go back before I get, extremely off topic. And I'm only saying that because, I always got a lot to say. So this whole going ahead and carrying herself like a girl that wants validation, it's not complicated. Girls that really need still some healing and have a lot of brokenness, what's gonna happen is day to day, there's gonna be things that place, that specific person, they'll go to, and it's gonna bring validation in her life. But all in all, what it's supposed to do is to cure her or make her feel better for that moment. And so let's just use a broken girl. Maybe she didn't have her father. Maybe what's a good example? Maybe she didn't get accepted somewhere. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a common trait. So maybe she didn't get accepted somewhere. It could be a high school. It could be, not high school, sorry. It could be a college. It could be, let's say, it could be with a family member. It could even be friend group. That's common as well. Or that boyfriend or that girlfriend. Whatever it is for that person, they didn't get accepted somewhere. So that being a trait, you have to understand a woman carrying herself for the rest of her life, she's going to go ahead and find it somewhere else, seek it somewhere else. And so when I say that feeling that she gets from you to say, oh, you look good, or you find us out, is going to fulfill those feelings that she been wanting to find. And not to say that she always wanted to, but she needs it for herself to find that healing for her heart so she can feel released or free. Whatever the feelings that you feel that is nice after that is what these women are gonna look forward to. But women don't understand how deep it is. The healing, the brokenness, women keep continuously covering it up with, well, you know what? It's men this, men that. I just took a huge puff because it's like, bring it back to you. I talk about you men and I want you men to do it, but man, if a woman's watching my video, if you watching my video, like, bring it back to you. Even as men, yes, bring it back to you, but all in all, we have to. All in all, if you're a man, woman, whoever you are, you got to bring it back to you. So the carrying yourself, all in all, and I keep saying all in all because I like saying all in all, and I'm about to move on to number 1, but The carrying yourself, not number one, sorry, you guys. Yeah, we are. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at my list. The way she carries herself, no, I'm tripping. We're about to move to number 2. And I'm only tripping because I put 2 lines. I put the way she carries herself, and then I put flat out looking for attention underneath. So it kind of looked like that was the number 2, flat out underneath. Anyways, so to wrap up, as I was saying to you guys, this whole woman carrying herself, you just have to understand women are broken nowadays, and they will show that they're broken, or they need some healing, or they need some guidance by the actions that they have. So due to the type of man that you are, whether you're a simp or you're an alpha, you're gonna go ahead and react based on that woman's, you know, the things that she's doing, the things that she's saying to you. You're just gonna go ahead and react. And so now that you're gonna go ahead and react, women are gonna feel that joy, the fulfillment from your energy. And so a lot of times when a woman deals with you and she doesn't like your vibe, doesn't mess with you, or you're a simp, it's really because she might not just like where she's at in life, and this man doesn't bring validation to her life. So the way she carries herself is like, I need a man that will go ahead and make me feel powerful with the money that he has. And then for some other girls, it's going to be the way he speaks to me. I need empowerment because I only get rich men. So the next level is to get a man to talk to me properly and treat me like a wife. So basically, I got to say lastly, it's different elements. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to number 2 on my list. Number 2 on my list is teasing you. A woman that wants validation, what she's going to go ahead and do is tease you. And the teasing you is really a playful thing, but the toxic part about the teasing you from a woman's perspective is to tease you so she can get that reaction, of course, but the validation part will come in because when she's teasing you, you're going to go ahead and say, you know what? Well, can I do this next? Can I do that next? Okay, so to fast forward, it's gonna get to a point where she's expecting you to try to lay her down, pipe her up, whatever it is that you want to do. If it's a real relationship, that's what it is. But she's gonna know, or she's fast forwarding to that. That's where women will get their judgment and their assumption, because they'll think ahead and say, well, if he's acting like this or saying this, it's gonna lead to this. But now for you as a man, when I say you go ahead and deal with this teasing thing, woman teasing you, I'm trying to tell you is that you don't have to entertain that, because the validation that you'll end up giving to her is because you went ahead and entertained it. You went ahead and said, okay, you know what? She's cute. She's fine. Or you know what? Let me go ahead and give it a try. And dealing with her, you never know when you're going to catch feelings nowadays. You can be as strong as bricks. And I don't care if you're a woman or a man, because nowadays women are trying to be, not to say they're tough as a man, but they're trying to be as tough as a man, and it's not working out. And then there's men and this and that. Okay, so I don't want to get drifted with that, but you guys get this point of this whole teasing that's going on with that woman between you and her. It's not about, okay, I want next and all this. It's the moment. It's the I might just be horny. You know, that girl might just be horny, or it might just be you needing that. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too carried away, and I try to be transparent, but you got to be careful with YouTube and stuff like that. So it's just like everybody needs fulfillment. You as a man, you're going to want some VJJ. You go months, if you're a straight man, you're going to want it, right? I would think that. And it's going to apply to a woman. So all in all, the teasingness is a game. A woman is only doing it because she wants that gameness to play in her favor, so you can go ahead and say, yes, you are, to confirm it once again. But to tease her is her knowing that if she wanted the D from you, she can go ahead and get the D from you. If she wanted to go ahead and call you up, she can go ahead and call you up. Or, matter of fact, better yet, I get a call from you. She knows she'll get a call from you. And that's because this whole teasingness, the whole carrying around. And that's the last thing I'll lead on to. And the carrying around is a key thing. So a lot of women, what they'll do is carry you around the whole string you along. Once again, is let me tease him. Let me show him a sample. Let me give him an example of what it could be like, or what it could be in, or, you know, the insides of it. And so they don't give you the full Okay, and I know I just said I'll finish off with this, and you guys know I always do this, but you guys will thank me later for this one. Another thing I want you guys to understand, the last thing about the whole teasing you have to understand, a guy that is a simp, a guy that's not worthy enough for that woman, she's gonna tease him. And it's either gonna be because she wants something from him, so she's gonna tease him so she can keep getting that something, or she's gonna tease him because he's not good enough, and then maybe one day, or because maybe one day she'll get something from him. Not maybe one day we'll get into something. That's rare, but it could happen. And so now back to what I was saying, lastly, maybe one day it could be at a point where we can get like this, but I don't want it now. You know, she just doesn't want it now. Whatever circumstances play, she just does not want it now with you. So let me tease you because I still want you eventually. Might be years, 20 years sometimes. Crazy, right? 15 years. Or I need to be established. My business needs to be here. I got to have this. I want this. Yeah, you get my point. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, let me know down below. And let's go ahead and move on to the number one thing on my list. If you guys have an idea, comment down below. So before I move on, did you comment? All right, y'all. So number one on my list, did you comment last time? I'm joking. So number one on my list is trying to prove a point. So a woman that wants validation, her trying to prove a point is the fact of, okay, I'm right, so go ahead and validate me. And also trying to prove a point to a man is saying that you might say that you want this type of woman, but because I'm this fine and this is the type of woman that you want, you're gonna go ahead and validate me because you can't help yourself. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about this one, probably mostly because it's more important and relevant. But this point right here, what happens day to day, women come across men. We have to keep in mind, women, even if they dress up or they look cute or they look better, the confidence is in them, right? Like, no matter what, if you take it from her, unless you say something like, oh, underneath that makeup and stuff like that, depending on the woman, she'll be offended. And then sometimes she might say, oh, well, only a man like this will say this. So there's so many factors. But this, bringing it back to a woman, her carrying herself, she's fixing herself day to day. Women are looking good. They're dressing up. All these things. And so when we talk about her trying to prove a point, it's her just trying to say that a woman like me can get a man like you any day, anytime. And then other times it also is competing with women, trying to prove a point to women. That I'm not going to get into. I talked about it before, but we'll get into it in the future. If you want to know more about it, let me know. But the point that she's trying to prove to you is really trying to say that she is that girl. And then also is to prove a point to herself. But the sad part about it all along is that women were supposed to do that to themselves. They were trying to prove that point to themselves, but they got lost in the mix. They got lost in, oh, this is how we're supposed to live. Or this is the popular rapper. This is this type of person. They're telling us to do this. We got to do it. No. So it's like the power that women really find and go seek somewhere else, the empowerment, women empowerment, is the power they don't have within themselves. And I'll wrap up with this because there's so many things I can touch on to extend this video. But because I don't want to make my videos way too long, I just don't want to get that way. I'll wrap up with this, and it's going to be important to say this. To say whether you're a man or a woman, there is going to be times where women are going to always be lacking that feeling the strong or feeling that healed or complete, right? And it's due to sensitiveness, because men feel this too, but it's due to sensitiveness where women really act on it more. They're more emotionally driven, right? And then, of course, go ahead and show it more. And so in that sense, it's to say that a woman is going to feel those feelings and emotions of what? I'm lacking somewhere. I'm broken somewhere. I want to be empowered. I want to be powerful. And so, you know, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like that's kind of where woman empowerment came from. But let's just put that to the side. And so when they're feeling that, I want to feel empowered, I want that empowerment, women go ahead and go to the opposite sex. Most times, of course, we're going to be talking about straight women, right? Most times, you never know. But as I was saying, they're going to go ahead to that opposite sex, make that move, do her thing. And that empowerment comes in when oh, you used to be a F-boy, but you fell for her. The empowerment will come in when you used to be the man that had all this money, but you spent it up on her. The empowerment comes in when you say you don't want her, but you fell for her. The empowerment comes in when you're just this guy and that guy. It doesn't even matter at this point what type of guy that you are, but because you're a man and you're feeling her or doing something that she expected or she was supposed to get from you, she was, you know, kind of told to, even that can happen from somebody else, her group of friends, all those things. When it's that case, you guys, and I'm trying to say this in the best way, when it's that case, it goes ahead and shows how much women want the empowerment, and they will seek it from men, because that's where they're gonna be going to get detailed from the situation, the narratives, the whole. I'm not trying to get confusing or anything, but you know, the more I talk, it's like you're messing up what you're saying. So really, I just want to say that women are gonna go ahead and seek it, and they want to be the main character. They want to be the person that directs it. They want it to go a specific way, and that's how it's gonna be. Okay. So I'm gonna save the rest. I gotta save for a different day because I said enough. I really hope this video was helpful. Check out everything that is down below. You'll see me in my next video. Bye, y'all.